In every empire, the greatest danger never comes from the enemy outside, but from the friend standing too close. This is the story of Emperor Michael III and Basil the Macedonian, a bond forged in loyalty and broken by the hunger for power. In the 9th century, the Byzantine Empire stood as the most powerful civilization in the world, rich, cultured, and ruthless. On its throne sat Emperor Michael III, young, charming, and reckless. He was loved by some, mocked by many, and feared by none. Behind the glitter of his crown was a man who wanted pleasure more than power. In those same palace walls lived Basil, a man born with nothing. No title, no fortune, no family. He worked in the stables, slept on hay, and dreamed of a life far beyond the dirt beneath his feet. But fate has a strange way of lifting those who dare to wait for their moment. Basil's strength and loyalty soon caught the emperor's attention. Michael made him a bodyguard, a companion, even a friend. Within months, the stable boy became part of the emperor's inner circle. Together, they drank, hunted, and shared secrets. To Michael, Basil was the brother he never had. To Basil, Michael was the key to everything he ever wanted. But not everyone trusted this new favorite. Michael's uncle, Bardas, the real power behind the throne, warned the emperor. "This man you call brother," he said, "will one day take your life." Michael laughed. He believed Basil's loyalty was unshakable. But Bardas had seen ambition before, and he recognized it in Basil's eyes. One night, during a royal celebration, Basil struck. With the emperor's blessing, he killed Bardas, the man who had stood between him and greater power. When the court learned what had happened, they were horrified. But Michael only smiled and said, "He did it for me." As a reward, Basil was crowned co-emperor, ruler beside the very man he once served. For a time, they ruled together. But shared power never lasts. Michael noticed that soldiers now saluted Basil first. Courtiers bowed lower. His name was whispered with fear and respect. The emperor had made a king out of his servant, and in doing so had built his own replacement. It happened quietly, on a warm summer night. The emperor was drunk, unaware that the end was near. Basil entered the chamber with his guards. There were no words, only a blade and silence. The servant had become the master. When the sun rose over Constantinople, the empire had a new emperor, Basil I, founder of the Macedonian dynasty. Under Basil's rule, the empire flourished. He built cities, reformed laws, and restored power to Byzantium. History would remember him as a great emperor. But no one forgets how he rose. They say that sometimes, in the quiet of the night, Basil would hear the echo of Michael's laughter in the palace halls, a ghostly reminder that every crown carries the weight of those who were betrayed to earn it. From servant to emperor, Basil's rise was built on loyalty, ambition, and blood. His story reminds us that in the world of power, trust is the first step toward betrayal. Because in every palace, behind every friendship, there's always someone waiting for their moment. If stories like this fascinate you, stories of kings, rulers, and the dark side of power, Backhand Index Pointing Right, subscribe to Tales of Kings and Power. Every week, we uncover true stories of ambition, betrayal, and the price of greatness. Because history is not just about who ruled, it's about who survived.